Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to do our Plan With Me cash envelope budget for the month of June. Let's get started. I cannot believe it's June already. It's time for us to go ahead and do another plan with us. If you did not watch last month's video for May, I went over how we did this calendar and how we use it for my husband's cash tips as well. I went ahead and skipped that this time because we do the exact same layout each time. If you did not get to see that video, I'm going to go ahead and link it up here in the right hand corner. Go ahead and check that out if you have any questions on how we did this calendar. But today I'm just going to go ahead and focus on this page. This is where we're going to color in all the different graphics for our cash envelopes. Last month we did flowers, and this month we're going to do fruit for all the different cash envelopes. So I'm going to start off by showing you what categories we're going to use for our fruit this month, and then we'll go ahead and get sketching. So these are our 17 categories that we have for our June cash envelopes. We use just my husband's cash tips for our cash envelopes. And remember, this has nothing to do with our salary or our monthly paychecks that we get each month. It has only to do with the cash that he brings home. So you're not going to see anything on here like our rent or our weekly grocery budget. Any of those things we set aside a different budget online. We use the EveryDollar app in order to do that. So we're going to go ahead and just focus on these 17 items. Now, typically my husband makes anywhere from $2,500 to $3,000 in cash tips. We never end up getting this full $2,000. We actually end up using our paycheck for a portion of this as well. So if you took out this $2,000, we only need to have him make $1,778, which he definitely will do. So these are the different categories we're going to have. I'm going to have a fruit for each one of these for us to go ahead and color in. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom back to our other page and start the sketching. I'm going to speed it up a little bit so you guys can see the whole process, and then I'll talk to you more about it in just a little bit. So what I like to do is I first go in with a pencil. This is just a regular mechanical pencil, and I kind of just do some sketchy lines to design where everything is going to be. I like to make sure that I have each of the categories laid out with the correct amount, so that way it'll make it a lot easier when I come in with the markers in just a little bit to color everything in. In our last plan with me for May, when I was doing the flowers, I used each petal to keep track of how much money we were collecting each week, and this time I did them a little bit differently. These cherries here, I have it so that each of those cherries is $5, so when we color it in, it'll be $15 for our renters. And then for each of the larger fruits, I did it so that when we are keeping track each day, that I can just kind of fill it up to the line depending on where the dots are for those. So when I am sketching these out, it's not perfect. I like to perfect it when I go in with the marker, and you'll see I made some mistakes in this video and how I corrected those along the way. When I was drawing each of these fruits, I was actually looking at a reference on my phone. I just Googled fruit cartoon or fruit coloring book. I like to visually see kind of other artists draw out the fruit so that I'm able to kind of copy something. I know they're not perfect, they're not to scale obviously, but it worked out for us. So now for the coloring, I'm using the Pentel Touch markers. I like these markers because they don't bleed through the paper, and also using some Crayola crayons to color in some different areas. So you can see here when I'm coming in with the marker that I like to kind of switch up how things are. I kind of perfect them a little bit so the font looks a little bit different here. If I wasn't recording this, I probably would have turned the page to make that circle a little bit more symmetrical, but since I'm recording, I didn't want to mess that up. And I'm going in with some crayons just to add color. The June sun is not part of our categories for our cash envelopes, so I'm just going to go ahead and add some color to the page so it's already nice and bright. Moving on to the strawberry up here, you can see that some of the times I erase my pencil line, so like with that red marker it wouldn't have covered the pencil line completely, but with the green marker it covers it. So sometimes I just erase it, and then sometimes I leave it and just go over it with that marker. And so now I have it all set up. I wrote out the category to the side and how much we need for that category. So I'm going to be doing that same thing with each of these fruits going down. And I do at one point make a mistake. I erased something a little bit too soon and I forgot what the category was for, and I ended up writing it in marker. So you guys will see what that looks like in just a second. But if you guys are interested in seeing us color in more of these fruits, I do 2 videos each month where we color it here on YouTube, and the rest of the time where I'm keeping track, we actually keep track on our Financially Healthy Instagram. So if you would like to follow us on Instagram, you'll be able to see us color in these envelopes and keep track on the calendar a little bit more frequently. So go ahead and check those guys out too. Down here with the raspberry and the blackberry, this is us keeping track for our clothing fund for me and my husband. We are going to Hawaii. As you guys know, we've been saving up for that. So we're going to be getting a few more tank tops and bathing suits with some of that money that we're saving up. And this right here, this banana down here, is our debt snowball. So we are putting $2,000 towards our car payment each month on top of the regular car payment that we have monthly. In our video from last month, we actually earned a total of $1,248 towards that debt snowball. The rest of the money we just take out from our salary, from our paycheck that we get at the end of the month. So here's an example of me changing some stuff around. I originally had a slice of orange right there and the strawberry was kind of close, but I realized I had some more room and I didn't want the orange right next to the orange sun, so I went ahead and switched this to a kiwi slice, and I kind of moved the strawberry down so that we would have some more room. So here's where things start to go wrong a little bit. I originally had this for our Hawaii kayak trip, but I accidentally wrote down Hawaii Fun. Normally we did Hawaii Fun for $166 a month, but this is the last month that we had to add things together, and when we messed up with our taxes a couple months ago, we had to pull some of the money out of that fun envelope, so we actually owe a little bit more there. And here's where I start to realize, I'm like, oh wait, this is supposed to be the Hawaii Fund money for $312, and each of these grapes represent enough for our kayak trip. So coloring in each of those grapes, there's 15 of those total. So here's our completed bullet journal for our cash envelope stuffing for the month of June. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me plan all of this out. I hope you guys have all of your budget items planned out as well. And if you would like to join us in our video for next week, we will start coloring all of these fruits in. So please stay tuned for those cash envelope stuffing videos. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We would greatly appreciate it. And if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week.